Hello there, welcome to Waynecast 25. Yes, I have. Had my haircut, that is. Had it done about an hour ago. Get the old sheep shears out. Talking of sheep. And this week in our wonderful world of sheep shagging video, we're going to talk about wool blight. I don't know why, it's the STD, nobody mentions it. Anyway, seriously. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. Yeah, it's a bit hot. I had a brilliant idea, you see. I thought, well, as I was coming out for my usual walk today, and it is absolutely bloody blistering hot. You know, it always does around the Down Valley, especially on top of these bloody hills. I thought, I know, I'll get cat WA, you know, get the old clips out, you know. Less hair on my head, won't feel as hot, won't sweat as much. Now that worked for about 3 minutes, right? And because I'm going the anti-clockwise direction, not the way I normally do, right? I'm going downhill most of the way. I thought I'd be alright. But to start off, I've got to go up quite a big bank. And I started sweating buckets. So I had to pop into the pub. So you're saying, wait a minute, did he have alcohol? Nope, sorry, don't drink. What I did have is the woman in the pub was nice enough to give me a glass of ice cold water for nothing. I've had a bloody great big bottle of orange juice, and I've now got a nice ice cold bottle of water. So there are some nice people around here, alright? It's sort of nice, yeah, there's some nice people, not a lot. So I'm going to talk about this week. Because I haven't really got much of a clue. Normally I have some sort of a thought of what I'm going to talk about, but not on this one. I've been busy. When am I not? But I've done a lot of it. Finished a couple of things off. I finished off the red big teeth guy, the leech, the other night. But I had a bit of a problem with him, right? Because I didn't use him in subsurface Saturn, scattered on shader in 3D Max. I was using Mental Ray, alright? I was using the linear workflow, and I thought, well, to make it easier, right, I'll just use a blend. I'll change it later. But as it turned out, I got so addicted to using this blend, and I was on a personal mission to make it look as realistic as possible with a normal blend shader, with no fall-offs, no fancy tricks, just using a colour map, a specular map, and a normal map, because it's faster, right? That I was using some massive maps because it was a bust, you know, and I wanted a lot of detail because I was rendering out at just under 2K, the final image. So I need 4K maps, minimum, you know, in case I need a close-up. And I started reaching the end of my machine's capabilities. It basically got to the point that when I'd left the teeth and I thought, oh, I'll come back to them later. I textured those and sculpted those. Re-imported the base mesh, which is about 20,000 polys, so I couldn't be asked to retopologize it, because it was late at night, right? And I thought, right, I'll import that, put my maps on it. But luckily, I'd done the teeth separately in another Mac scene, right? Because I've learned by my mistakes, right? Never imported straight in case, you know, stuff of that sort of poly count, you'll have problems. Imports it in the scene, does a render, works absolutely bloody fine. Thought, great, a couple of tweaks, I'll have this spot on. But guess what happened? The moment I went to touch the model, hard crash, straight to a reboot, black screen, the whole computer restarts. Think, oh well, maybe it's just overheating. Tries it again about another 5 times, same thing happens. I'd managed to overload Max to such a point that it is now unusable for that scene. If I do anything other than hover over it or spin it round, right, the whole damn machine crashes. So although I would like to go back and do the teeth, I'm having to call it done. End of. Simple as that. Can't go back, you know, always go forwards. So it got me thinking about digital art in general. And if you're anything like me, the guys that watch this are digital artists, I know some watch that aren't, you're always in search of the next PC. It goes something like this. This is what's like for me. Wayne gets some money off something, thinks, lots of spare money, upgrade machine. Goes to upgrade machine, thinks, well, I better have a bit of a look around first. So after about a month of looking around every damn site on the net and finding the best, most uber powerful, you know, parts I can find for the best price, I get them delivered. Normally takes about another week. Put them together, you know, within a few days. Then spend about a week putting everything in. Now, once I've got everything in, right, and everything, and I'm getting used to it, so it's going to call that 2 months to get used to the new machine, right, and what its capabilities are. You then realise that yet again you've reached the end of its capabilities, so you've got to upgrade again, and you go through the whole cycle time and time again. And I thought, well, do you actually need to? Well, to be honest, no, you don't, do you? There's people who are producing fantastic 3D works of art, you know, 2 years ago on machines now that people wouldn't even wipe their asses on, right? But it's because we basically get lazy. And if you can do it the easy way, or the hard way, people will always do it the easy way. So you upgrade your machine. So I'm going to move from a dual core to a quad core. I'll probably go up with 8 or 16 gig of RAM, depending on what the price of the RAM's like. Get a nice fast motherboard, a couple of SATA. Well, I don't only need one SATA drive. I use external drives for the majority of my stuff. Might get a Blu-ray drive as well, Blu-ray burner. Not sure yet. But see, I don't know whether to get it and make it up now or wait till after the move, because the move might not be for another month or so yet. Now I have to go away on some business at some point during June, and I don't really want the move to be then, right? Because when, as I said, one of the last ones, when we moved last time, Kat was pregnant, 6 months pregnant with Kane. She couldn't lift anything. Yeah, she was painting 3/4 of the front room, you know, but she shouldn't have done. And basically, I had to do a lot of the donkey work, right? You know, which is fair enough. But I wouldn't really want to put the entire house moving her shoulders now, because we've got about 10 times more stuff. My dad's got arthritis, you know, and my brother couldn't do it all on his own, you know. Even 2 of them would be too much, you know. So I want to get it either out of the way before then or afterwards, not during. I want to say a quick hello to a certain person that I know watches these, that I've been sending a few emails backwards and forwards to. All I'm going to say is hello to the person from Dave. I don't like mentioning too many names if I can help it on these. But yeah, let's have a look at what the time is. About 3.5 minutes. What I'm also going to talk about is something I got talking with this person, and I've talked to a few people about this. It's what I've sort of paraphrased a guy called Springer that runs AboveTopSecret.com, one of the biggest sites on the net. You know, they got more hits than bloody, you know, Amazon. Thousands, millions and millions of members and crazy numbers, you know. Very good conspiracy site. And he's got something called the Digital Ego, like a blog entry. And I thought, well, that actually makes a bloody good sort of subject for one of these, because us have an ego. If we did have an ego, we wouldn't be bothered about whether it was good or not, right? It's not just the fact that we want it to be good, it's we don't want to put our names to anything crap, right? This is also the reason why, excuse me, when I work, you know, I do work for other people, you know, freelance and stuff, things are signed off at certain stages. Now, this isn't just so that they can't change their mind, because some of them bloody do anyway, and they'll say, well, how much do we do it all over again? You feel like saying, you ain't got enough fucking money to get me to do that bastard. But if you do it anyway, you know what I mean? It's part of business. But I can't remember what I was saying now. You can tell when you get a couple of sleep, can't you? Yeah, so it's also because you want to ensure quality of product, so that it's something that, if you're allowed to put your name to, because you're not always allowed to tell anybody you've even done it ever, let alone put your bloody name to it. You know that people in the industry, the companies, not the guys on 3D boards, but people in the industry will know what you've worked on, right? And you do not want your name put to anything crap. That's just the way it is, right? It wouldn't be the first time that I know that people have worked on films or something and insist on using a pseudonym. I know there's one famous director that made a really stinker of a movie that was so bad it was straight DVD release, and they insisted on going under a pseudonym. I haven't had to do that yet. Yeah, maybe I've been lucky. Maybe I'm just too bloody stupid. I don't know. But there's a lot of this big ego stuff going on at the moment. See, it's like a game in 3D, right? I'll see how much time I've got. I've got time to cover this. Not really. I'll cover it in a quick version and go into more detail in the next bit. 3D, you've got to play the game. You want to get noticed, get your sort of top row, and get your prizes, win competitions or whatever. You've got to play the fucking game, right? You've got to kiss the right arses, be nice to the right people, and basically not stir the pot, right? That's basically what it is. Basically, if it doesn't fit people from England very well, because we used to speak in our mind, especially in the north of England. I'm going to go have a quick walk. I've had a car pull up. Right. Because we used to speak in our mind, right? We don't like bullshitting, right? We don't like saying something's great when it's not, or being nice to people we don't like, right? I don't play that game. It's the reason why you'll never see me getting an award. It's why you'll never see me on the top row, because I will not kiss arse, right? Not for anybody. Let's see how much time we've got. Yeah, I'm going to call this a day and I'm moving to part 2, right? And I'll go into this in more detail.